Hello everyone, Alion here. So today I wanted to talk about embracing self-love. It reminds me of an old tale. There was a king with 4 wives. Once upon a time there was a wealthy king. And he had a vast kingdom, and he even had 4 wives. The first wife he adored. He treated her well, treated her to the finest delicacy and robes. And then he had his third wife. His third wife he adored. He showed her off to all the other kingdoms. And then he had his second wife. This was his confidant. This was the one that had helped him in the difficult times during his reigning period. He could always confide in her, come to him with the troubles, and she would journey with him through it. And then he had his first wife. She had made great contributions to the kingdom, but over time he had forgotten about her and fallen out of love. So one day the king grew ill. He knew his time was short. He thought about everything that he had built, and he realized, when I leave, I'm going to be alone in afterlife. So he said, I have 4 wives here, I'll ask them to follow me. So he went to his 4th wife. He said, honey, I've always loved you. I've treated you so well, adorned you with the best gifts, the best delicacies, the finest robes. Will you come with me and keep me company in the afterlife? She very quickly and sharply said no, and walked off. This was like a stab to the heart to him. So then he went to his 3rd wife. With the 3rd wife, he said, honey, you know I've always respected you, taken care of you, shown you off and adored you. You're my prized possession. Will you follow me to the afterlife? And she says, no, unfortunately, sorry. I do not want to die. In fact, when you die, I will remarry. Walked off. His heart sank once he heard this. So then he went to his 2nd wife. He told his 2nd wife, my confidant, you have always been here in my times of trouble. Here I am about to end this life, and I do not want to be alone. Will you follow me to the afterlife? She says, as much as I love you and adore you, the farthest I can go with you is to the grave. His heart sank. He began to think, I will be all alone. All of a sudden he heard a voice cry out, a voice he hadn't heard in a long time. It was his first wife. She called out, I'll go with you. I'll follow you wherever you go. He looked, and there was his first wife, malnutritioned and neglected. He said, oh, my dear, I loved you so much and I've forgotten about you. I feel so ashamed. See, the truth is we all have 4 wives. See, the 4th wife, it's our body. We can treat it well, we can dress it in the nicest clothes, but it doesn't leave with us when we leave here. The 3rd wife, well, this is our possessions, right? We can build up our status and wealth, but it will not follow us. This is why she said she will remarry. Right? Then we have our 2nd wife, our family, our friends, those that we confide in that are with us through the hard times. But the farthest they can follow us is to the grave. They cannot go with us either. But the first wife they're our soul. And often we forget about self-love and taking care of our soul. It's what we came into this world with, and it's what we'll leave this world with. So, in reality, there was a book I read many years ago by Gary Chapman. It opened up my eyes. It's about the 5 love languages, right? This can do wonders for couples, even for families with kids. See, each one of us has a love tank and can be filled by these 5 love languages. We have acts of service, we have gifts, we have quality time, right? Words of affirmation, physical touch. See, when we first start dating someone, we do all these things because it's new and we want to learn everything about them and spend all our time with them. But the thing is, it's an external device of filling our own love tank. We're depending on somebody else to do it. Self-love requires us to do it because, truth be told, people make mistakes, people get busy. People might fail us. And then all of a sudden our love tank is empty. So how do we change that and learn to love ourselves first and foremost? Because if we can't love ourselves first, how are we going to be dependent upon someone else doing it for us? So I'd like to challenge you. 30-day challenge. And as silly as it seems, just try it. You can comment back. Did it work? Did it not? So, words of affirmation. Truth is, if I locked my keys in the car, my friend would tell me, we're human. We all make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. Those aren't the words I told myself, though. I would say that to my friend as well. But the truth is, when I lock my keys in my car, I call myself some bad words. Whether it be stupid or a lot worse, right? And I can get lost in that. So every day when you wake up and you go to the bathroom, wash your face or take a shower, whatever it is, I want you to look in the mirror and say your name into the mirror and say, I love you. Okay? It's words of affirmation. You may not believe it for the first 2 weeks, but just try it. 30-day challenge. Now, how do we go into the rest? Gifts and acts of service. When was the last time you took a 5-minute break to go watch the sunset? When was the last time you took 15 minutes to go for a walk or do some meditation? When was the last time you tried to learn something new? Or even an act of service, do something for yourself. Grab some lotion, rub your feet, do a face mask, paint your nails, right? There's so many ways we can fill our own love tanks. You can Google them and see all the ways to fill the different love languages. But I challenge you, let's learn to love ourselves. But I think the meditation one and just checking in with ourselves is probably the biggest. There's plenty of meditations out there on YouTube. Feel free to look them up. Take that time to let the stuff fall away and really embrace who we are, our presence. Let's take care of that. First wife, okay? If you like us, give us a thumbs up and be sure to follow us.